Okay, here we are. Oh, let me zoom out. At 12811 Ridge Road in Elgin. This is all a newer development within the last 5 years. There's some very nice houses over here. This is when they started experimenting more with colors and changing everything from just brown brick. At least that's when I noticed it within the last 5 years. And this one is a cream brick. So in the photos I sent you, it looks like a white brick, but then in person, it's definitely more of a cream. Over here, it's brighter, and over here, then you can see where sometimes the dirt jumps up there. That's going to be normal because our clay, or not our clay, our soil is clay. It's the red clay. You could probably pressure wash it off if you're fond of that. I do like the way it contrasts with the wood beams and the black roof, though. It's really pretty. There's some landscaping. I'm not really sure if this thing's supposed to be there, or if it just kind of took over the whole garden section. So one thing I like to point out is the driveway. See how it slopes downward? So two things about that, both good and bad. Good, because the water tends to drain that way then, and it's not congregating in your yard, and then there's a drainage pipe there and it'll go that way. But then bad if you have kids and you want them to ride their bikes and such. This isn't a huge hill. This is kind of a gradual one just for water purposes probably. But then also you've got this pad over here for kids to play on. So I just like to point that out to people because that was always something I watched for when my kids were little. Sorry, my car's running because one of my kids is in there. I like how the doors match the roof too, and the trim. It's all really pretty. Sometimes this third garage, actually no, I can tell you right now, this third garage does not attach to the house, because that bedroom right there, when I turn on the lights, I think that's a bedroom. Maybe even the primary room. One thing also to note with this home is there's no gutters. That's really normal for new builds, but it's also important to point out because people don't always think of that when they're buying a house. This, especially right here, you can tell that that's where the water just drops right there. At some point, if you purchase this home, I think you would want to put gutters on there just to help maintain the foundation, especially. That would be the access to the third car garage. I don't have a key for that. Those purple holes right here, those will be your septic. Here's your back patio. Oh, usually I go through the house and do the back at the same time, but this one didn't have a fence, so I just kept walking all the way around. So another thing to note, if you want a fence, there is no fence. This is on half an acre. I believe it says 0.54 to be specific. So while I'm out here, I'm not sure if you just heard that truck, but that was on 277. So 277 is behind that whole row of houses. See that semi that just drove there? I personally don't think it's super loud. Right now though, the wind is louder. So it could just be that the wind is making it harder to hear the vehicles, but it's Oklahoma, so it's often windy here. The reason that I say it'll be busy right now, when I said in the message you were worried about 277, is there's a bunch of quarry trucks that do run up and down that road during the daytime. At night, I don't believe the quarry runs at night. I go back and forth to Elgin all the time because my kids go to school there, and obviously because of work. And usually at night there's no quarry trucks, but during the day it's also a solution to that, to not get stuck behind them, is to take the interstate. I just don't take the interstate because there's a toll. I think the toll is 30 cents. I just take the back way because I live out the back way. But that's also important to note if you care about paying tolls or not. And there is a back way to Fort Sill. From here you can get there in less than 20 minutes. not taking the interstate, just FYI. So one thing I noticed, shoot, I don't know how long I've had that zoomed in. When I came in here, well, that's really cute. But the first thing I noticed that you won't be able to tell through the camera is it's hot in here. They do not have the AC on, it's 83 degrees. I kind of thought that the electricity was off, and that wasn't the case. So that would have me a little concerned, only because it's really freaking hot in here. And things can start warping, like it's bad for the house. I don't know how long the air's been off, or maybe they moved out and it was nice out and they just shut it off and didn't think about it. I'm not sure, but without being the owners, I can't turn that on. So it's going to be off for now. I just wanted you guys to know that in case it does start to hurt the house. Let's pop in here so I don't forget it. So for the walls, well, also you want to see that. That was probably a shelf or a TV. Can you see how the walls are textured? They're not like popcorn, they're just textured. This tile is actually really cute and unique. It's not showing up the same color in my video. That's terrible. It's pretty in the video too, but in person I think it's really pretty as well. It's like a softer blonde wood, and then it has the dark, oh my gosh, why doesn't it work? I'll see if I can take a picture after. Well, right there, that color right there is more what it looks like. In here, for some reason, I think it's the lighting, my phone is doing it different. But it's that softer blonde wood all throughout. So this and this looks like two different colors in my phone. It's all the same color. I don't know why my phone's doing that. Tray ceiling, real fun fan. And then open floor plan, of course. So I'll just do a big circle real quick. Huge island, and then it has a lip here that you can put benches under, but then there's also cabinets. I think this is real cute. This is the dining space. A lot of times in new builds, this is a really small nook, but this nook is actually huge. One thing I'll tell you just from standing here now, because like I said, it's really freaking hot in here. It's only 83, but I don't know how long the air has been off, that it's just been baking in here, so it's humid in here. This window, one, is really pretty, but two, the sun will set back there, and it's gonna get really hot in here when it starts to set too. So you'll wanna put blinds up on that and probably a real thick curtain to just shut out the heat during that time of day. The first house I bought, side note, when we lived here, or moved here, the front door, I'm sorry, faced when the sun was going down over there, because the whole mountain range is over there. And our door handle would burn you if you grabbed it at the wrong time, like it had been baking in the sun. It was crazy. But you would just have to worry about the heat coming in, no door handles. Very large pantry. White cabinets. I do want to point out some stuff. When I walked in too, I want to tell you, it smells like a new build still. I love the smell of a new build. It's kind of like walking into Lowe's and Home Depot. I don't know if you know that smell, but it's one of my favorite smells because I'm a weirdo. But there's no animal odor, no people odor. It just smells like a new build. But upon walking around, I found it's actually filthy. So I just wanted to make sure to zoom in and show you that. And that one, honestly, that's scratches. Not sure from what. All the top ones seem pretty nice though. The bottom ones just might have gotten ruined from kids, I'm guessing, because, and they took the fridge. That actually surprises me because most people when they move do not take the fridge. So that's something to consider too. And this That's paint. It'll probably scrape up though, but just FYI, that's paint. See, there's so much just kind of dirt. But so this is a split bedroom floor plan. That was the primary room. We're gonna go this way. This is the room that we already looked in. Also, I thought this was weird. I had a hard time with the light switches. I'm not sure if there's a secret hidden spot, but this in the hallway turns that one on and off, but then also the island. It took me forever to find the island lights, and it's in the hallway. And then the hallway lights are over here. So it was a little wonky. And then the one switch is for this, and this switch is just for these two. I don't know why they're not all connected. Again, it was just wonky, so I wanted to show you. Smoke detector. And the half bath. All the floors still carried throughout. Filthy, like I was saying. Filthy on the baseboards too. Otherwise, I mean, I don't see anything alarming other than, you know, it's just dirty. Here's the laundry room. Lots and lots of cabinet space. And then this cute little nook. And this is the garage access. I also think it's nice that, one, there's a huge clearance here, so if you put your washer and dryer here, you won't get hit with the door. A lot of the new builds, the washer and dryers will come out to here and like end here, so if you have a front load, the door will hit it. I know that from personal experience, but also I've seen it in a lot of places. There's something else I was just gonna say about it. Oh, and the fact that this is a landing space and things aren't getting dumped over here or in the kitchen, because a lot of times it comes into the kitchen. Again, it's just really filthy. I don't know why it wasn't cleaned before listing, but lots of shelves. The door to the outside. Attic access. Oh, water softener, that's always a win. And a large water heater. The furnace is most likely up in the attic. I don't go up there. Also, again, just, it's filthy. Beautiful home, it's just dirty. Okay, now we'll go into here. It's all still carried throughout, but it is just still dirty. Slight little holes, but also I think it's really neat that the builder included the mount up high. A lot of them here do not do that yet, so that's kind of cutting edge in Oklahoma. But it makes it easier to mount a TV if you wanted to. And very large closets. And here is the full bath. Okay, so in here you're wondering if the tub's just dirty. And honestly, the edge of the tub might be the cleanest thing I see in the whole house. The bottom of the tub is kind of dirty, but that is grout. I'm not sure if that's what you were talking about from the photos that you were looking at, but all I see is grout. This one is custom painted, also custom scribbled. Also, one second. So this window is gray, and I'm gonna be weird real quick. Were all these windows gray? Oh, they were. I don't know why, I just thought they were white. I was thinking that maybe this one was replaced or switched out. Again, they've got the mounting up high. Shut that light off. Gas fireplace. I don't think I talked about this yet. It kind of looks blue in my photo, but it's actually black. Black tile. And then they've got the plugins up top if you wanted to put the TV up there. They took the curtains too, but they left the holes. And now the primary side. It's got its own little walkway. And this one has blinds, so that's good. The top of that one has broken off. That usually can be popped or glued back on, just FYI. Again with the plug-in up top. The carpet in here is kind of gross. This is probably the only room that has carpet. It just needs cleaned for sure. I don't smell any pets, I don't smell any odor, and I promise I have a very strong nose. But it's just dirty. I feel like a good shampooing would do the trick in here because there's no smoke, I don't smell anything like that. And the primary suite. Lots and lots of storage. Large walk-in shower. And the primary tub. I'm looking to see if I see what you guys saw in the photo, because I did not look at the photo. This might be scratches. I'm not sure if that will come off. Just FYI. Oh, I'm not even sure if you can see them. Yeah, you can see them there. There's some back there too. The throne room. And the primary closet. It's pretty large. Lots of shelving. Lots of places to hang stuff. And some built-in drawers. Oh, and carpet. So this is the other place there's carpet. Because, let me go back and check the other rooms. Turn off all these lights. I feel like the other rooms were tiled. I might be hallucinating. It's hard to breathe in here. Oh, they're carpet. Gosh. Okay, this one was the tile. So this one's carpet and that one's carpet, and then the primary room's carpet. So there's that. Okay, I'm gonna close up and start loading this up to YouTube, and let me know if you have any questions that I can specifically answer.